What's up, everybody? My name is Josh Migliori, and welcome back to another episode of the Running the Pass Cooking Show. Alright guys, this week we're going to be showing you at home how we whip up some wings. That's right, it's football season, it's a snacking classic. Seriously, everyone loves fried crispy chicken. So, I'll be showing you how I make one of my favorite sauces, as well as something that's a little secret, a little crazy, but you know, we always got to do it up here. And we're going to be pairing it with a blue cheese dressing, because if you're on Team Ranch, honestly, get the out of here. Go. Just kidding. You can stay. But I'm showing you how to make blue cheese. So, let's stop talking about it, and as always, let's get into it. Alright, so before we get into how to make these delicious wings, let me show you how to make the blue cheese. First, you're starting off with 1 cup of mayonnaise, then a 1/4 cup of sour cream, then a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, the juice of half a lemon, 1 tablespoon of white distilled vinegar, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of chives that have been diced finely. For seasonings here, I use salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, and onion powder, about a tablespoon of each. Now, when it comes to selecting your blue cheese, you can choose really anything that you like and use as little or as much as you want. I use 3 to 4 ounces of a Roquefort, which is honestly one of my favorites. Now, all that's left to do is to blend that bad Larry up until everything's nice and smooth. And there you have it. A nice, delicious blue cheese dressing. Now let's move on to showing you the nacho cheese dust for one of these wing flavors. First, you're starting off with 1 cup of cheddar cheese powder, a 1/4 cup of white cheddar cheese powder, and a 1/4 cup of buttermilk powder. Then you'll add 2.5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Lastly, you'll add a tablespoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon each of chipotle powder, paprika, salt, pepper, and onion powder. Then all you'll have to do is blend this up until everything's nice and incorporated, and there you have it. Nacho cheese dust for these wingies. Next, we are on to the honey sriracha sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter to a small pot, then add a 1/2 cup of raw honey. Any honey would work for this recipe, but for this one I decided to bust out the good stuff. Next, you're going to add a 1/2 cup of sriracha to that mixture, then a splash of either apple cider or white distilled vinegar. Now bring this up to temperature over medium-high heat and let this cook down for about 10 to 15 minutes until everything is well incorporated and it looks like a nice, delicious glaze. Now all that we have left to do is to fry up these wings. Using a Dutch oven, fill it up halfway with a neutral flavor oil and heat that to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, in batches, fry your wings for 15 to 17 minutes and then pull them out and salt them immediately. You should end up with crispy, crunchy wings. And I will state here as a fact that nobody can tell me they hate crispy wings. Because honestly, there is nothing worse than ordering wings and getting them and the skin is either half cooked or rubbery. It's just gross. Nobody wants to eat that. So, if you follow this recipe right here, you will end up with the most delicious and crispy wings. Starting off with the nacho cheese dusted wings, first you're going to add your wings to a bowl and then add 2 to 3 tablespoons of your dust to a strainer and then simply dust that over your wings and then give them a good tossin' and make sure not to make a mess. Like I said, don't make a mess. Now we're on to the honey sriracha. Simply, again, add your wings to a bowl and then douse those suckers with some of that honey sriracha and toss them vigorously until all your wings are coated evenly. Now, honestly, you don't need to go crazy and plate these wings fancy like me. You can really just dump them out onto a plate or just eat them out of the bowl like a savage. But you know that sometimes I like to do things fancy, so for the honey sriracha wings, I stack these things nice and neat, offset from the center of the plate, and top them with some thinly sliced Fresno peppers. For the nacho cheese dusted wings, I again decided to fancy up the plate by taking some of that blue cheese dressing and doing a nice fancy smear around the edge. Again, you don't need to do this, but I was just feeling it and I decided to go with it. Next, all you have to do is line your wings up around the edge of the plate on top of the schmear and then top them off with some thinly sliced green onion. And there you have it, guys. wings done 2 different ways. This was honestly one of my favorite recipes to film, and I hope you guys love it. All right, guys, and there you have it, wings. They're done my way, not your way, not their way, but my way. Honey sriracha wings, the nacho dusted wings. This is the talk of the town. If you drop these out at your party for football or whatever, these are going to be a hit. Look at this. This is deliciousness to its core. So, the only thing we have left to do here is, as always, diving in and taste testing them, because why not? So, we're going to start off with the honey sriracha wing. Again, this is my favorite. So, let's get in there, get a little bit of that homemade blue cheese. I'm going in again. Wow. That's all I gotta say is wow. Those honey sriracha wings, you got that sweet mixed with the spice. It's everything nice, honestly. I know it's cliche, but really, that honey, it balances out that sriracha spice. That blue cheese is out of bounds. Seriously. If you want a good blue cheese dressing recipe, follow along and make this every time. This is a staple. But we got one more wing to dive into. We've got the nacho cheese dusted wingies. Oh wow. Come on. That's crazy. That is out of this world. It's literally like taking Doritos and crushing them up and rubbing them all on your wings. This is delicious. These wings are out of bounds, guys. They check every box. They're sweet, they're spicy, they're cheesy, they're crunchy. They are the top tier of wings. They are going to be the talk of the night, and it's going to make you the coolest person at the party. So, make these, please. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And do not forget, click the subscribe button. It's right over here. If you want to follow us along on all social media, the link, it's in the description below. We've got new videos dropping every other Thursday. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.